Last time, I talked about change. Today, I'll talk about joy. Joy is important to me because we only live once, as far as I know, and for all I know, tomorrow I'll get run over by a bus. So I want joy, and I want it today. It matters to me. My own joy is important and part of my inner compass. It feeds into my intuition. There's serene joy, caring for someone we love, and beauty in strange places kind of joy. The joy I feel when watching dogs play, smelling dirt, or seeing a pearl of morning dew on a blade of grass. The joy I feel when someone makes me coffee. The joy of my dog's exuberant greeting after an absence. The fact is, it's not exuberant. It is exactly the right size. But let's back up a little. According to Atlas of the Heart, joy is one of the places we go when life is good. Brené Brown distinguishes it from happiness. I'm not sure I fully agree with their exact definition and whether by this definition, what I described above even is joy. Maybe it is something else. Maybe it is awe. Maybe it is love. Maybe it is the feeling of being alive, or all of the above. But let's ask Brené. Brené Brown writes, I love thinking of joy as the good mood of the soul. There's definitely something soulful about joy. Based on our research, I define joy as an intense feeling of deep spiritual connection, pleasure, and appreciation. Researcher Matthew Kuan Johnson explains that people find experiences of joy difficult to articulate. He hypothesizes that the very nature of joy pushes the boundaries of our ability to communicate about lived experiences via spoken language. He also suggests that because language can shape lived experience, cultures that have more words to describe the emotion of joy may also experience joy more richly. Johnson shares that while experiencing joy, we don't lose ourselves, we become more truly ourselves. He suggests that with joy, colors seem brighter, physical movements feel freer and easier, and smiling happens involuntarily. Some researchers even describe spontaneous weeping as part of the overwhelming experience of joy. And the opposite of joy, Brené points out, is not sadness. It is fear. I wholeheartedly agree with this. Only when we are free of fear can we live from a place of joy. I have also had that weeping experience Brené refers to. I can even conjure it up by going a very specific place, ideally under the shower. It is crying because I feel so fucking lucky. I can conjure it up by thinking of my connection with my dad, which feels beautiful and true. When I did the 30 questions to make you fall in love exercise as an experiment with someone I knew, this was my answer to one of the questions. And it made me cry again, right then and there, at the table of La Bohemia in Guanajuato. The last time I experienced that need to spontaneously cry was when cooking dinner with someone and listening to Let It Go from Frozen. And they were singing along, and I stopped for a moment and just watched, and it was the deepest joy. It was so deep, it made me cry then. And take a mental picture that will now forever be mine to go back to and hold and treasure. I believe that in order to live joyfully, to let go of what does not bring us joy and enrich our lives, we need to be very brave. In order to live joyfully, we need to live as cheetahs in the wild. Yes, you get bonus points if you get that reference. A cheetah in the wild has a lower life expectancy than a cheetah in captivity, but boy, I bet they have more joy. Personally, I take that joy over the higher life expectancy every single time. Joy does not mean turning away from the hard things. Quite the opposite, in fact. It means turning towards the hard things and listening deep into yourself to find if the hard things are your deepest truth or just martyrdom. And then living with and into your deepest truth for as long as it resonates. Joy also means letting go of things like sandcastles. Another Glennon Doyle reference here. We are the architects of sandcastles. There's no need to be afraid of the tide. It will come, and it will hurt to see our sandcastles disappear, but it will make room for something new. Something we are only just beginning to imagine into existence. I remember one day a few years ago, I took Mick and Game and hiked up Volcan Pacaya. This is an active volcano in Zacatepec, Guatemala. You see the lava glow. You look down over black rocks that have been spit out over the years, and everything comes into perspective. Your own smallness, the beauty of it all, the beauty of being able to see that vast, humbling, powerful chimney of the planet we have been given. It comes with awe. It makes our problems, or at the very least mine, shrink away. Game, Mick, and I got lost on that volcano. For several hours, we stumbled around its various mountain sites. I had no cell service and no Google Maps. It was wonderful. Wonderful in the sense that you wouldn't mind dying right then and there because you have experienced joy, and the baggage you left at the foot of the mountain doesn't matter anymore. You know that now that you're looking down at the lava and the rocks. Knowing that brings you peace. Chrissy, you say, you'll be okay. It's okay. Or, as Frederick Buechner would have it, here is the world. Beautiful and terrible things will happen. Don't be afraid. I came down from that volcano a different person than I had been when I first started walking up. A new person. A new version of myself. Stronger and with a better view of it all. The same thing happens when I stand at the shore of a beach and watch the waves. I don't want company, I just want to watch. The power of the tide, the breaking of the waves, the everlasting in and out, the infinity of the water in front of me. This experience is similar, albeit not quite as intense as a volcano hike because it requires less physical effort to look at an ocean than climb a volcano. Sometimes I just have to keep looking. Don't look away, Chrissy. Just keep looking until your mind is like the sea, letting the world wash in and out, steadfastly standing as it comes and goes, knowing I am small. I am an ant, even smaller than an ant, given the expanse of the ocean or the power of that volcano. I am small, and yet I am. I am. That is all I need to know. I am. And then I go back home, wherever that happens to be at the time, a slightly different person than I was when I first got there and started looking, holding the gaze of the water. What's your ocean? Your volcano? What brings you joy in small ways and big ones?